Hello, and welcome to AGACAD's webinar, Flexible, Precise, and Fast Distribution of MEP Hangers in Revit. My name is Alexandras Sierra. I'm working here in AGACAD as a BIM application engineer, and as a company, we strive to make engineers' daily work easier. We create solutions which eliminate tasks which do not create value. And today we'll talk about MEP Hangers. You can download all these tools with a 14-day trial for free to try them out. All that comes with our doc, and also you get 3 free tools upon installation of that doc, which you can use unlimited time. MEP Hangers is the tool to add hangers. So I will not stay too long in the presentation. I'll just jump to my Revit project. But at first I want to show you our sample project if you've never seen it before. Here we hold all our hangers. From here you also can copy rules how to distribute those hangers, the ones through which we will go now. And for those who haven't seen before, our doc is installed in the toolbar. Opens with this button. And tools look like this in our doc. You'll have all tools. If you want something, you can click on it, install. You'll get a window to enter your credentials if you want to try trial, or to enter an activation key. Upon installation, it will open like this, and by clicking on the tool, you'll have the commands associated with that tool. Also, with every tool, there will be a small button right here, which adds our tool to the toolbar. I think it's easier to work with it through there. Personally, I prefer that because in that case I can close the BIM doc window. That's what I'll do now. And MEP hangers are added to the tools for Revit Smart MEP. I'll just drag them to this window so it would be easier to keep an eye on them. All the work begins by downloading our tool, installing it, and setting configuration and template file locations. Template file is this one. You can download it from our eHelp page for MEP hangers. So you just download it, set where it's saved, and when you will open your new project, our tool will automatically copy all the hangers from this file to the new one if you will select specific systems, for example, ducts or pipes. Also, you need to set configuration file location. That's where our tool will save all the rules with which hangers are distributed. And like I mentioned before, from this project, you can copy hangers, different hangers or rules. We divide it into different categories: rectangular ducts, round ducts, pipes, conduits, cable trays, and different situations which you might encounter in your project. So would it be top-bottom connection, so it's floor and roof, also structural framing, supports on, again, floor or roof, left and right connections to the walls or to the beams, virtually any structural element. We'll look through that through the settings. Again, some clamps to the walls. Also, our tool has split function, which adds unions in some specific distances, which you can describe in the rules. And it's some sort of creation of fabrication parts without making fabrication parts. And that works with all the systems: ducts, rectangular ducts, round, pipes, conduits, and cable trays. And later there are some examples of distributing hangers there, and we have option to create multi-hangers when system MEP elements are distributed one below another. And if you want to take some specific rule from here, you just need to find a situation which you like or which you would want to copy. Click on MEP element, and in our toolbar, click on the icon of Modify Elements. It's right under the configurations, where you can just create out of nothing configurations. By clicking Modify Elements, it will open configuration with which this hangers were distributed. It's pretty straightforward. At first looks probably a lot, but it's really not. In the first top left window, you would need to describe which hanger you would want to put on that system. And here you'll have all the list which will be loaded from our project. Also, it's possible to create your own hangers. If you purchase our license, we'll have small lesson of which parameters are needed for hangers to work properly with our tool, and you can create virtually any kind of hanger you would want. The second window describes to which elements hangers will be connected, so it would be floor, roof, wall, beam, column, and so on. So here we choose where to search for that element and what kind of element should it be, and then some additional filters. Last but not least, it's how the hangers should be distributed on MEP element. So there are some standard offsets from the sides, ability to add different filters, for example, length or height or width-wise. Also through here you can enter to which length of ducts, in this case ducts, rule will be applied, and then layout direction from start to end going to the center, just from start of the duct, from end of the duct going to another direction, or just in the center. After describing that, you would need to set, do you want to have fixed numbers of hangers? That's usual if you have, for example, length from 0 to 3 meters. You can just add fixed numbers, 2 hangers, that's it. Fixed number and fixed spacing. The first one which is reached, that one will stay. And maximal spacing. So here it's entered maximal spacing, so these hangers are distributed every 2.5 meters. Don't forget to click on a Save button, so it would save them to your configuration file location, and then you can use it in your project. That's actually it from working with this project, and let's go to our project for today. I've chosen the hanger, which was made by my colleague. It's linked project. Our tool works both in the same model or with linked elements. And only MEP elements are made in this project. Everything else is linked, as you see. And let's go probably as it goes. First one is pipes. I've already copied all the rules, so I have them. And just to see how it works, you would need to select, for example, element. Click Insert Elements. First time it will take just maybe a minute or two to load all the types of hangers. Our tool will automatically find what type of element it is and will show all the rules associated with that type of elements. So all these rules are described for the pipes. And maybe I want to connect to the roof, maybe some other, or let's say column, left and right column. If you want to check the rules, you can click on Edit. That will show what rules will be applied. Again, which hanger, to what connected, how distributed. So in this case, it's this hanger. We can click OK and Insert Details. That will connect hangers to the columns. If you want, you can select all the system at once, which is connected, and do the same procedure. Insert Elements. Again, connecting to the column. It asks if I want to reinsert these elements. Let's reinsert them. Our tool will go through all the elements, and now it will show a small notification window where it will say that there are some mistakes, and those mistakes will be the fact that we do not place hangers on T's or bands, so all those elements are ignored. Clicking OK. Well, I've set too long surge distance probably in that rule, so even this pipe is connected to the column. It's possible to set surge distance only 300 millimeters. This one is probably 2.5 meters. Click on just modify. Yes, surge distance is 3 meters. So it found column in that distance, it connected. And if something changes, let's say the diameter of this pipe will change, the same would be with the change of another element, wall or roof. Let's change the diameter to 32. Hangers stay the same, but upon clicking on Update Elements, our tool will recalculate and insert new values. Same would be if you move the hanger or you accidentally delete the hanger. Our tool will remember which rule was applied to this element, clicking Update Elements, and everything comes back how it was. Actually, I don't like these two hangers. We have also a button for these, delete all elements, and these are deleted. Again, with this pipe, we can, I'll just bring it back to 100 millimeters. Insert a connection to the roof. What that will do. Insert details. And all our hangers are made such that, as you see, roof is with inclination, and all the rods are going bigger, longer and longer. So our tool finds that distance and writes down into the hangers. And it's called distance to deck. You can see that distance here. Also, I'll show that a little bit later, but just want to mention here, since I'm already opened the hanger, we created possibility for our tool to copy any parameter from structural elements to which hangers are connected, or from MEP elements into the hangers. That makes them easier to schedule, to mark them, or work with them further. And here you can see under construction, under double hashtag, there is a 3%, which is the slope of this roof. So any other area parameter or whatever else would be copied. That's it from the pipes. You can just jump into the ducts, same building. Here everything works the same. We can just choose some element, click on Insert Elements, and let's here connect to these structural framing elements. So top and bottom structural. I think that's correct rule. Let's hope so. Our tool determined that it's a round duct element by clicking Insert. Oh, I was changing hangers and I put wrong hanger. Quick modification. Structural. How did I load this hanger here? Duct hanger. Oh yes, this is the hanger for round ducts. That will make much more sense. Now it measures distance correctly. Also, it's possible, same thing, to choose all the system and click on Insert Elements and connect, for example, to the roof. Top and bottom roof, maximum spacing. As you remember, it was entered before 2.5 meters, so hangers will be distributed every 2.5 meters on the ducts. And here it's writing down with how many elements it's working. So 32, it's not 32 hangers, it's 32 elements overall. Again, not on all elements hangers are placed, but on all the ducts. And it just distributes, connects as it should. By the way, it's possible, if you've noticed, we have detail priorities to create different hanger placement rules. So if in this one I wrote that minimum length of duct to place hanger is 400 millimeters up to 60 meters, in the next rule I can describe exactly the same hanger, will connect exactly the same, but it'll be from 0 to 400 millimeters, and there will be only hanger in the center, and that's it. So we'll have two different types of distribution while using just one configuration. And that's the possibility. And here ducts are turned off and we can see that only hangers are visible. With cable trays, works exactly the same rules, left and right, column, insert will connect to the column with the hangers which were loaded for cable tray. And then it doesn't matter what type of cable tray you have. Is it regular Revit tray with fittings ladder, more looking like ladder cable tray, or mesh cable tray? They're all treated equally. Let's say we would want to connect to structural framing, which are these elements. Just clicking on the element and structural framing, insert, and it will connect to those elements. Now it connected to the blue framing elements, and the difference is that first of all, these are all different families. This one are different. These are Zs, and this is some other framing element. This is also Z, but the difference is that this one is short distance, only 5.8 meters, while this one is way longer, almost 24 meters. And you can filter out to what exactly you would want to connect. So let's keep last one connected to only longest Zs. And for this ladder, modify elements, since we already inserted them, I will remove additional filter. So cut length, I will remove filter, so no filter, but we keep that we want to connect to specific family, gauge Zs. Clicking save, update, and we have connection to all the Zs, but not last type of framing element. And for this one, we can remove all those filters at once. No filter, and no specific family. Save, update, and that will connect. To every single element. So that would be with cable trays. As you see, everything works exactly the same as pipes and ducts. And here we have conduits. It's possible to hang them one by one, but as people are asking how to place under the multiple elements, I will show with these conduits, and then I will add a few more layers of them to show how they're interconnected in between themselves. For the first one, you would just need to select one and connect to, well, let's say structural framing again. Conduits, insert. Our hanger families for conduits are unit struts. And later, if you need to add additional conduits to that, that would be already the manual work. And check this one. There is an option to lengthen left or lengthen right. So if I remember correctly, it should be lengthen right in this place. So that's how it will look like. But unfortunately, it will be based only on this element. So all these hangers are based on this element. But visually, you will still see that everything is inserted. Of course, it's possible to create one family of clamps and then choose all these families and say to them that you want to connect these pipes to this unistrut with clamps. And our tool will distribute in every single place where it intersects, it will distribute clamps. And something similar I will show you through this one. It's two levels of the same. So I'll do exactly the same procedure here, but I'll show how to add for the second level of conduits. There are few ways to do that. One of them is going from bottom and connect them later to the top on the same rods, or do versa, like connecting the top one and then lengthening the rods. Lengthen right, 500. And later, for this one, we can insert elements, but already not the same hangers, but only the unistrut, which will find these rods and connect to them. Additional channel, I think it's this one. Yes, it's searching for hangers to which to connect and places the unistrut. I didn't look through all the rule, but it should be okay. Some unistruts were added to the places where the rods go. That's probably it from connections. And I want just to show what I mentioned before about insertion of information, and then I'll show one more tool which comes in a bundle of MEP Hangers. It's called Sort Mark, and it helps to create better schedules. It helps to, like it says, create marks in different elements, not just MEP, not only hangers, but any element in your project. It's a pretty useful tool. But here I will show how it's possible to extract some information into the hanger from MEP element. So this is, for example, has parameter system name, fire protection wet 2. Maybe you would want later to filter out your hangers by system name to which they belong to. So it's as simple as opening hanger family, creating new parameter, not modifying, creating new parameter with a single hashtag. That'll be a comment for our tool to what to copy. System name, instance parameter, it'll be text of course, and it has to go under the special group model properties. Yes. System name created, apply. Okay, load into project. Not too many of these hangers, so it shouldn't take too long to change them. And as you see, they'll have this parameter empty because they were already inserted before I created parameter. So all we would need to do now is update parameters, but if you would create this parameter before inserting hangers, of course after insertion this will be automatically added. And upon clicking on MEP hanger, system name, fire protection wet 2. So it's just copied. Yeah, and I'll quickly go through sort mark, and sort mark will be in the same window in Tools for BIM Doc as MEP Hangers, but if you add it to the toolbar, it will be under Tools for Revit Documents. It's this little tool here, and it can do grid numbering. You don't need to delete the needed ones to rename. It does all that for you, for architects, for engineers. It's space numbering, room numbering. It even can extract coordinates of specific elements. We do that with our hangers. Well, this one doesn't have anchor, but if it has anchor, we can extract coordinates of an anchor, so you will have full list of drilling coordinates. But in this case, we'll look through just one function, element numbering, and it chooses all the empty parameters. Well, I chose hanger. Well, I'll just empty my selection. Sort mark, element numbering. I want to choose all the category, not just one element. So it's structural connections. Okay. Where I want to insert my specific mark under the mark parameter. And then we can do some grouping, filtering by something. Here I entered filter by host category. In all the hangers for pipes, we have inserted host category OST pipe curves parameter. So only the pipe hangers will be numbered through this session. If I remove this one, all the duct hangers will be numbered too. Numbering by the instance ID, so that every element would have unique number. Then some sorting by -x -y position. And then adding some parameter. It's already written here because I have this rule saved. Prefix P for pipes, and start with the 0, 1. Okay, we have apparently 44 hangers for pipes in this project. And now when clicking on hanger, we have mark P29. This should be P28, and so on. P27, and of course, these ones will have all their numbers. So later that can help to schedule any element, divide them by the system. While inserting sort mark, you can enter filtering by system name, which was transferred from MEP element to the hanger, and so on. So that's very useful. Well, I think that's it. So I'll go back to presentation. I just want to mention again that we have 14-day full version trials. Our BIM doc, you can download it from this website. You can choose from 3 last Revit versions. We actively support 2019-2020 right now, just like Autodesk does with Revit. That would be it, I think. Thank you for your attention. If you have any further questions, please write us at support@agacad.com, or if you have some specific questions about hangers or cut opening or fire sprinklers, feel free to text me at alexandras@agacad.com. Thank you for your attention. Have a good weekend.
AGACAD, building BIM together.